Hello, beauties. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So, today I'm moving forward with my next chakra video, and it is the solar plexus chakra. So let's talk about it. Now, the Sanskrit name for the solar plexus chakra is Manipura. The color is yellow. That's why I'm wearing yellow today. Thought I'd kind of like draw in some of the solar plexus healing energy. Now, the solar plexus chakra is connected to the pancreas and the metabolism. It's located at the navel. Some of the things I've read says mid-back, but I think it's the same. Like if you go straight through the navel, that's mid-back. So the same thing as with the heart. When you have symptoms of your heart chakra opening, you kind of feel it between your shoulder blades and the back. So it kind of goes straight through, up the spine is where all the chakras are located. So mid-back, navel, same thing for the solar plexus. That's the reason why a lot of the solar plexus symptoms and issues are around the stomach area. Now, the function of the solar plexus chakra is power and will. And the solar plexus chakra plays an important role in self-confidence, doubt, and trust. Now, some of the things you will experience when you have an imbalance or blockage in the solar plexus chakra is addiction and codependency. And that's all types of addiction, all types of codependency. You may also have digestive problems, in the stomach area, ulcers, diabetes. You may have difficulty losing or gaining weight. And before I get into talking about the things that you can do to heal and to open the solar plexus, let's talk about what's the exciting thing for me is talking about the signs and the symptoms of an opening solar plexus chakra, of all of the chakras. The signs and symptoms of the opening of these chakras is what's exciting for me, because it makes me realize and look back, and as I've done research, I remember these things that I went through, all these different emotions, whether they were sadness or bliss or anger or love or whatever it was. These were from these different chakras that caused the opening of these chakras is what caused all these emotions. So as I talk about the signs of them, it makes me remember, the place I was at months ago and the things that I was going through. Now, one of the signs that your solar plexus chakra is opening is appetite, like loss of appetite or changes in your appetite. And this is very interesting because if any of you did like me, when we realize that we're going through this Kundalini awakening, this spiritual awakening, we start looking for and searching for information that gives us signs of a Kundalini awakening, signs of a spiritual awakening. And one of the signs, if you searched as much as I did, you would have run across one of the signs being changes in your appetite, that you start craving different type of foods. That would be due to the opening of the solar plexus. That's the reason why you're craving different foods. For me, I started craving vegetables more, and I always ate vegetables. I wasn't somebody that didn't eat vegetables, but I started craving them raw. I wanted raw broccoli, raw celery, raw carrots, and I would put the little dressing on it or whatever, which isn't the healthiest, but I was craving those vegetables, and I mean like every day. Like right now, I still crave them as like a little snack every now and then, but I was just enjoying it, just really loving it at that time that I was, my appetite was changing, and that was due to the opening of the solar plexus chakra. Aside from that, another sign of the solar plexus chakra opening is sleepless nights. I didn't experience that many sleepless nights. There were nights that I would wake up and it would be hard for me to go back to sleep. For the most part, it was the opposite. I would sleep really hard, like I'd be tired. Like I would go to bed at a decent hour and still be really tired when I wake up, even if I slept for 7-8 hours. That kind of happened for me. But at times, there were times where I couldn't sleep or couldn't go back to sleep. So sleepless nights is one of the signs of an opening solar plexus chakra, as well as nausea. Now, I remember one day I'm driving in traffic and just suddenly, like, just nasty taste. And this is not something that happens to me often, but at that time that my this energy was opening my chakras, this Kundalini energy, I started sometimes randomly just having nausea. I'd be just sitting in the house doing what I do on a regular basis, and I just have this nasty taste of wanting to throw up, nausea. That's another sign. And that's, around the digestive, around the stomach, you would feel nausea. That's a sign of an opening in the solar plexus chakra. Your energy levels might change. I remember there's some days you'd feel full of energy, and like later in the day, or even sometimes you'd wake up full of energy, and not too long after that you feel sluggish or tired. Your energy would just fluctuate, and that is another sign of your solar plexus chakra opening. And then there's this release of anger. Now this is interesting because I remember screaming, like you feel like screaming. That is a sign of your solar plexus chakra opening. It's like a purging and a releasing of anger that you're holding in the solar plexus chakra. I remember seeing some number synchronicities, and I was just getting frustrated with this awakening because I would keep seeing certain numbers, and I would just look it up, and it seemed like I didn't know what to do. It's like, what do you want me to do? I remember just screaming in the car, and I know if somebody was next to me, looked over at me like, what the hell is wrong with her? Because I remember just being angry. I remember getting into probably a little disagreement with my husband, and probably snapping and yelling more than I should. And later on I had to be like, what is wrong with you? What do you start looking at yourself like, okay, I am tripping. Okay. So releasing of anger, wanting to scream. Just try not to do it to other people. Scream in a pillow, scream when you're alone, when nobody can hear you, whatever. But it's okay to release it, but that is a sign of your solar plexus chakra opening, releasing and purging of anger, and releasing anxiety. Now, the good thing is, as you start to release anxiety and anger, you start to feel more powerful. You have less self-doubt, and you feel more confident. That definitely happened to me. Like I said before, there was a time when I wouldn't dare be here making these videos, talking about any of this stuff. I definitely have become more confident throughout this process and throughout my solar plexus chakra opening. I've become more confident, more willing to speak my truth, and that goes along with the throat chakra. They all go together, but the confidence and the trust in myself, that grew a little bit more. So that's one thing that's good to know, that all of these emotions and stuff that you're going through, they don't last. Your body is pretty much reprogramming itself, and that's the reason why you're going through all of these things. Once the process is complete, once your solar plexus chakra is open, you'll start to feel more calm than you ever have felt in life. More calm about things in life. You just handle things differently. And I know that there was a time where there were certain situations that would happen, whether there were people that were related to me, or friends of friends, or people that my husband associated with, and certain things would happen, and I would allow myself to think about these things and replay these things over and over, and think about ways to snap on people and go off and I should say this. And then it got to the point where it's like, you just let that stuff just roll off your back, just like no big deal. And that happens once this process is complete. You're calmer about things in life, more confident. So like I said, all of these feelings, everything that you're feeling, it's not going to last. It will end. It will end, and it'll get better. Now, as far as balancing and opening your solar plexus, there's things that you can do. Now, first of all, working on getting rid of doubt. Once you work on getting rid of doubting yourself, doubting your life, doubting things, you will start to develop trust. You work on getting rid of doubt so that you can develop trust. That's one thing that you need to do. Aside from that, spending time in the sun. Spending time in the sun. That helps to balance and open the solar plexus chakra. Eating yellow foods helps to open the solar plexus chakra. Strengthening your core. Do some core exercises to strengthen the core. That helps to balance and open the solar plexus chakra. And of course, the crystals, the yellow gemstones. You got yellow citrine is one, yellow jasper, amber, and then I think tiger's eye is also another one that helps to open and balance the solar plexus chakra. And there's also yoga poses. I've mentioned a few pretty much in all of these chakra videos because there are yoga poses to help balance and open and activate all of your chakras. There is the bow pose. That it could be a little difficult if you're not used to doing something like that. You can attempt to do it, try a few times, and you get better and better as you keep doing it. Or you can do something like, I think there's one called the pike pose, and that's pike with a P. That's another yoga pose that helps to open and balance the solar plexus chakra. And then there's also a yoga, there's a movement. It's not necessarily a pose, and it's called the wood chopper. If you look that up, it's almost like a way of stretching back or reaching back and stretching the solar plexus and then swinging your arms forward between the legs. Like these things, I know they seem like nothing, but doing yoga poses, I know that helped me move forward in this whole Kundalini awakening. So I know that these poses help. So do some research. Like I said, I'm not the only place to get information. What I'm doing here is I'm sharing what I've studied and what I've experienced in my own awakening process and the awakening of my chakras. I'm only sharing what I know. There's more information all over the place. So do some research and find ways to balance and open your solar plexus chakra and the rest of your chakras. That is it for the solar plexus chakra. That's really all I want to share on that. Any of you out there, if there's any information that you'd like to share, things that you've experienced or things that you know about the solar plexus chakra or any other chakra for that matter, please feel free to comment and leave whatever it is that you'd like. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching my video. The next video will be the sacral chakra. That's going to be the next chakra video that I make. So if you want to see it, don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for watching. Until next time, peace and blessings.